Good evening, everybody. Hey, Jake Schofield here with Schofield Weld, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you guys being here with us, and if you guys are subscribers and longtime viewers, man, we love you guys, and thank you for all you guys do for us. But hey, today we just wound up getting home from work. I'm, of course, in my gym shorts, a freaking t-shirt. I'm hanging out, and it is just been a great freaking day. For everybody that follows the Instagram and stuff, you guys probably know that we just started a new facility. We're on day 5 on the facility, and I've kind of lucked out, been super blessed, thank you. And I've got to weld some bigger pipe. I got some 8-inch and some 10-inch, and I tell you, it feels freaking amazing to be on something bigger than 3-inch and 2-inch, okay? Man, I love it. You kind of forget how much weld actually goes into a piece of pipe that big. Now, when I got into the fabrication end of it, I'd come off of a 24-inch 500 wall pipeline and come on to 2-inch, and I tell you, it was like it moved too fast for me. I couldn't keep up with it. But whole nother story for a whole nother time. Anyways, you guys, for all you guys that follow the channel and all the Instagram and the social media and stuff, you guys notice that I use Mathey Dearman bevelers a lot. I'm not sponsored by Mathey. I just buy their products just the same as you guys do, alright? This is what this episode is going to be about, is the Mathey Dearman company. They did send me a box with some things to try out and some things to like kind of look at. And I'm going to tell you honest truth of everything that they sent me, and hopefully it helps you guys with knowing what to get, what not to get, and things like that. Now, everybody knows I run the Mathey Dearman bevelers. I love a Mathey Dearman beveler. They are an incredible bevel machine. They are an incredible bevel machine, alright? I mean, just built tough, they're straight, and they're just a good machine. They last a long time. They'll last as long as you do if you take care of them, alright? It goes both ways, okay? You take care of yourself, you'll last as long as the bevel machine, and if you take care of the bevel machine, it'll last as long as you do, alright? So, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Anyways, some of the things they sent me. A gauge, alright? Now you can tell I haven't even opened that. Mostly because the inspection is what is going to be using this, and, I mean, I've definitely had them pull out a high-low gauge on me and things, and I'm not saying they're not good to have, alright? I think as a welder it's good to have one, and you can check yourself, alright? Now, I think it's pretty obvious what's above pipe, what's below pipe, you know, when it comes to your caps and stuff, and you need to be paying attention and taking care of your own stuff. You're turning out quality, and quality is caps above pipe if that's required. Some of it, they don't really want a cap above pipe, and you're going to have to go through and grind those caps off. Now, never done that except on some stainless stuff, alright? But it's very rare even on the stainless stuff, so you just are going to want to follow their procedures and how they want it done. Now, we're going to talk about some 2-hole pins. Anybody that doesn't know what a 2-hole pin is, these are 2 different styles of pins, okay? All of these are for is to find the 2 holes of a flange and level them with like a T, a 90, a 45, another flange. Basically, what happens when you 2-hole a piece of pipe is everything you do should be 2-holed, unless specified, do not, and it has a degree on where those 2 holes need to be. The reason for a 2-hole is because down the line, there might be another welder building something over here and another one building something over here for the same piece of equipment that you're tying into. And if they're 2-holed and you're 2-holed, everything will bolt together, alright? Everything should bolt together just fine. Now, if he's over here doing whatever he's doing and I'm over here doing whatever I'm doing, ain't nothing gonna bolt up, alright? So, the reason for a 2-hole pin. Now, I'm trying to make this quick so this video ain't 100 minutes long, you know. This 2-hole pin is a sliding pin, alright? I'm going to try to get it to where you can see it. Now, it's got a smooth rod right here. It's spring loaded down here, alright? And then it's got a quick release system right here. Now, they do sell replacement parts for these, okay? I have never been able to get this 2-hole pin to work. I tried pulling it out once, and the little quick release system right here slid over or something. I can't even get the thing to close up, you know. So they do sell replacement parts for these. As far as I'm concerned, the 2-hole pin is to find the 2 holes, and if you need replacement pieces for them, they're too complicated. All right, you can buy Acme threaded 2-hole pins or Wobble pins, which is another set I'm going to show you here in just a sec, made by Mathey Dearman. But as far as I'm concerned, if you need replacement parts for your 2-hole pins, they are too freaking complicated. Well, I mean, all we're doing is finding the 2-hole and then they're coming right out, all right? They're not, I mean, you're going to tack the top and then pull them out so they don't get ruined. That's all they're there for. This is the Wobble set that they sent. Now, this is the set I recommend that you get, all right? If you're going to get a set of Mathey Dearman pins, this is it. Now, the reason being is when you twist this, you slide right over all those threads, all right? That makes it for quick, easy, simple take on and off, all right? Now, all you do, you just slide that into your hole, slide it in, slide that over, and tighten it up, all right? Boom, done. Now, this has a spring-loaded tensioner on the bottom too. The reason I like the spring-loaded tensioners, now what you're going to do is you're going to crank that thing down. Well, that spring is going to hold everything tight into that 2-hole. When you are beating wedges in there or you are rolling this thing around, things are going to tend to want to loosen up. Now, if you aren't checking your 2-hole pins, your levels are going to be reading wrong, all right? Then you're going to go ahead and tack this thing up because, hey, that 2-hole pin said that it was right. Well, what you didn't know is it loosened up, okay? By the time you go to pull that out, you're cutting tacks and you're getting ready to clean everything back up, and it just takes longer. Now, that's why I like the spring-loaded end on that. It just kind of helps. It doesn't guarantee, so you still need to check your stuff, but it helps that keep your 2-hole pins tight. So if I was going to recommend a 2-hole pin, I would definitely go with a Wobble set or an Acme threaded set in your 2-hole pins. Now, they sent me some wedges. Now, for everybody that has followed the channel for a while, you guys all know that I have a complex with wedges. I actually had a kid build me, it was actually this guy, he built me 4 wedges, all right? They're double ground on both sides, meaning that the point comes to the middle, and they're hardened steel, and they are freaking awesome, and I can beat the holy, I mean, I give it on you. And I tested the shit out of them too because I wanted to make sure that they were going to be good wedges. Now, Mathey Dearman do sell wedges. They're not bad wedges. The only thing I got to say about these wedges is when you look at these. Now this one, let's see if I can get it to, there you go. Okay, you can see that it's kind of J-hooked coming out this way. Well, what happens is they only grind one side of these wedges, which when you go to put it in a piece of pipe, they want to start cranking over, which then starts weakening this tip, and they start looking like this, all right? And then they start J-hooking into those weld gaps. They do make a few different sizes. They make a short little fat one, which you can see it's still ground on one side, and it's starting to J-hook on there too. And then they make the little ones, and then they make a taller one of these. The best luck I've had so far with one that lasts the longest is the little short fat one, alright? That one is a great wedge. These little small ones are great wedges too. They are good wedges. There's nothing wrong with them. They flex, but once they flex, they basically just flex all the time. I don't know if you just take the heart out of them or what happens, but they don't last quite as long as the old ones used to, alright? But they're still a great wedge, and there's nothing wrong with them. These are about $7, and I think this one's about $9. But the other thing, okay, we have a Mathey Dearman wraparound. Now, if you are anything, even on the pipelines, or even fabrication or whatever, you do need a wraparound. These wraparounds will save your bacon more than once. And yeah, I remember freaking being a helper, and we were welding stainless. My welder was welding stainless, and this wraparound was my best friend. It and a Sharpie and a tape measure, and that was my job. As I would go around cut all his pups, use the wraparound, find my line, and then I take a skinny wheel and cut that thing in half and then hand grind a bevel on it. Got really freaking good at it, but a wraparound is a must-have. This is the Mathey Dearman wraparound. It's rated up to 550 degree temperatures before it starts to deteriorating. It's got tons of information on it. Table of tangents for all your 45s and all this stuff. It's all wrote on this wraparound. Now, one of the things I'm really excited about, I got to find the pamphlet so I read it to you correctly. There it is, right there. It's called Make the Cut by Mathey Dearman. Alright? Now I'm going to read this to you, and you guys can rewind it as many times as you want till you understand what's going on with this thing. It says, Mathey Dearman is happy to announce our Make the Cut educational discount. We are offering a 10% discount for educational facilities and students on some of our entry-level tools. The discount will be applied on shipments sent direct to the educational, vocational, or technical school and is available through any of our Mathey Dearman distributors. This includes your bevel machines, your pipe clamps, your 2-hole pins, your wraparounds, some squares, 10% off if you are a student. Now that's a good way to get bevel machines and things like that without having to pay a full price. I mean, it knock off a couple $100 or whatever, and I mean that's better than nothing, you guys. That's for sure. Especially if you're gonna buy new. That is a great way to wind up with not having to spend near as much money on it. All right, but that was just kind of something I wanted to do today, is just kind of explain Mathey Dearman to you. I'm not sponsored by Mathey Dearman. They don't pay me to say anything like this. I was given a box, but I've already been using Mathey Dearman for years. I broke out 2011, so I actually broke out January 7th, 2011. And so what would that make it? 2018? Yeah, 7 years. Is it 2018 or 2019? What frickin' year is it? Where's my phone? Oh, whoo! I was like, what the hell? Okay, yeah, 2018. So that make it 7 years, almost 8 years I've been rig welding. On Mathey Dearman's for 6 years of it, alright. I used a Sawyer Mathey beveler for about 6 months and wound up going to get me some Mathey Dearman's because they're just a great tool and everything, and they stand behind their stuff. So anyways, you guys, everybody be blessed. Hopefully this helps you with some of the things that I like about my tools. I'm going to start doing more tool reviews on some of the things I like and enjoy. And some of the things I don't like and like never use. I buy it because it looked cool and then I use it once and I'm like, man, that was a freaking waste of money. What was the point of that, you know? But hopefully this kind of helps you guys decide what you need and what you guys don't need. So anyways, everybody be blessed and we'll talk to you later. See ya.